Hello, I'm Matthew with Wide Vision Metal Fab, and today I am going to talk about my first impressions of the Mecpow X3 PRO laser engraver. I got this thing for my metal fabrication business specifically for one task, but I'm going to talk about a bunch of other tasks today, and that is engraving on powder coated projects that we build. And if you're wondering what qualifications I have to voice my opinion on a CNC machine, well, I have this very expensive CNC plasma table that my business is built around, and I spend the majority of my day running this CNC plasma machine. So I've got several years of experience running CNC machines at this point, and I'm taking all that experience and applying it towards this little engraver. Of course, the first thing I do is unbox the unit, and I only bring up the unboxing of this machine to point out that all the parts are secure in custom cut foam. The parts are not going to move around, very well secured for shipping. Assembly was really quite easy. The biggest issue I had was figuring out which rail was which side, but once I got that figured out, went together real easy. And the whole process is made much easier because they already have the gantry assembled for you. And that's where most of the time-consuming assembly would be. So with that gantry assembled, all you gotta do is slide it on these other rails. The laser engraver actually connected up to my computer first try. I didn't have to do anything except plug it in and go. I started off using the laser GRBL software, but eventually I switched to the Lightburn software. The Lightburn software is much better. But this video isn't about the software, this video is about the machine. But I'd just like to let you know that the laser GRBL software is more of just a translator. You can't do any editing in that, whereas the Lightburn software is an editor and will set things up and really run the machine. To get to know the machine, I just started doing downloaded sample runs and stuff like that. Show you this one here up close. This little thing is a sample burn pattern that I downloaded, and finger for scale there. That thing is tiny, and the print over here actually came out. Of course, I didn't know what my settings needed to be on the printer, and I got it a little too dark, but maybe that will help give you an idea of the resolution and the accuracy of this printer. If I had just backed off the power of the laser, that would be a really good print. Then I tried doing a bunch of my logos. I tried the logo using lines and dithering, and then different sizes and whatnot, just playing the machine. And I think you can tell by that very capable machine. Everything went very smooth on all of that. But I needed to get onto some projects for a customer, which was engraving in powder coated metal. So as you can see here, I got a whole bunch of test runs and whatnot, trying to figure all that out. And once I felt like I had my settings dialed in, then I went ahead and actually did the project for the customer. And once again, it all went really well. I know I keep saying that it all went really well, and well, that's because it did. Every error I've had with this machine has been me doing it wrong. I haven't run into one single problem with the machine itself. And the biggest error I had with this machine is the power supply. This machine has air assist, which blows away the smoke from the laser and helps keep it cool. And it comes with this little wall wart power supply. And what I accidentally did was I plugged the engraver into this wall wart instead of the air supply into the wall wart. And, well, the engraver pulls way more power than this wall wart power supply is capable of producing. Caused errors, and it took me forever to figure it out. What did it do? So I just wanted to throw out there that if you do have the air assist with your machine, which I highly recommend getting the air assist with it, make sure you pay attention to which power supply goes to which unit. And you're not going to ruin the laser engraver or the air assist by swapping those power supplies around. It's just that this wall wart doesn't have enough amps to run the laser engraver. And it did the same thing. So what I did, so I don't have to worry about this problem in the future, is I just stopped using this wall wart power supply and went and got my big old Arduino 6 amp power supply. And now I don't have to worry about which unit I plug into what. So it's not a big deal at all. You're not going to damage anything by swapping the power supplies, but just know that if your laser engraver doesn't run, that the first thing to do is check your power supplies. Make sure you're using the right one on the right one. Another thing I really wanted this laser engraver for is I have get attention kits for sale, and in those kits I include signal mirrors. And I've really been wanting to engrave the back side of them with a customer's name, a phone number, contact information, something like that. And I wasn't sure if this laser engraver could engrave stainless steel or not. It actually did it. So I'm very happy that this machine would fill that niche too. So then I brainstormed for a little while of trying to think of a project that would actually really put this machine to the test, and I decided to make a leather coaster. When I was making the first coaster, I accidentally reversed the power supplies and things didn't go well. Nope. But I tried a second one and everything went flawlessly. Then I decided it was time to turn my attention towards wood stuff, and to really put it to the test, I decided to see if it would cut this 5mm underlayment. Alright. Didn't quite do it at the beginning there. The rest of it. There's a couple little spots there, didn't quite get all the way through. So this is 5mm thick plywood, in case you're wondering. And it did it. Not sure why it didn't cut through right there. It looks like there was something in the wood, like some kind of knot or extra glue or something right there. I didn't think it quite cut at the very beginning, but it was just, I mean, just a hair width that was holding that on, so it just popped immediately. So, I mean, that's a heck of a cut. That is nice. That was really nice. Then it was time to turn my attention towards making images on wood. And I have to say that at this point in time, I really don't know what the heck I'm doing. I somehow got the alignment completely wrong on one of them, and on the other one that I did, I didn't get the settings quite right. So that's just going to be some trial and error. There again, the machine is totally capable of doing this. It's just me not knowing what I'm doing yet and figuring out how to get all that stuff set up. There are a couple accessories that I got with this laser engraver, one being the honeycomb table that you see down here. That honeycomb table comes with this metal backing, which I'm not using because I currently have the laser engraver sitting on this 1-inch thick steel plate. But this metal backing is completely laser proof. I actually tried that too to make sure, and sure enough, the laser doesn't do anything to it. So you put this metal backing down, put the honeycomb table down, And then you won't have to worry about burning through your project and catching your desk on fire. And there was another accessory I got with this that I'm going to switch locations to talk about. Another accessory that I got with this laser engraver that I will be using in the future when I get this room that we're in currently remodeled, because the laser engraver is actually going to live right here on this countertop. Got an enclosure for it. So this is a neat little ventilated enclosure. So I'm going to assemble this real quick. I'll let you know if I have any hiccups on putting it together and kind of show you what it looks like all assembled. And that corner. All together. And now it's over the engraver, and to get in it, run the zippers back, and you have access to your engraver. So this enclosure does two things. First, if something goes haywire with the laser, it shouldn't damage your eyes. And second, with this fan and this flexible tubing, you can exhaust the fumes out a window or out the side of the wall, depending on what setup you have. But that way you get the fumes out of whatever room you're using this in. You'll see more of that in the future when we get this room that we're in remodeled and set up for this thing permanently. So what do I think about this machine? Overall, I say it is a great performer. I can't see anything wrong with it at all. It's very well priced. It performs very well. What else is there to say about it, right? So if you want to buy one of these, check the description below because there will be a discount code down there and a link to follow. And you are definitely going to see this machine again because I've got several projects planned I'm going to make individual videos of. So subscribe so you don't miss those. All right, thanks for watching, y'all. See y'all in the next one.